human adults are using pacifiers to self-soothe. That's how bad it's gotten. That's how intense the regression is. It started in China kind of as a joke. People were paying the equivalent of $1.50 up to $70 for luxury pacifiers because, I don't know, like your mom didn't breastfeed you. She didn't breastfeed you for long enough. You just like sucking on things. And if you're using a pacifier and you're an adult, you're worse than an adult who goes to Disneyland or Disney World without children. Because I thought Disney adults were creepy.
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know.
They're gonna know.
How would they know? How would they know? How would they know? I can't. I can't. Oh my god.
Gotta make my haters mad, give them something to talk about. Take a bit from South of France, push up at the Waffle House. Murder on the case, I had to spaz, fuck a doggy style. I don't know how to be a normal nigga, one thing I forgot.
तुझको मैं खुशियों के साए दूं.
Thanks, bro. Shots fired. You're fired. You're washed up. You're retired.
Oh no, we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back. You guys didn't know this was a huge deal in like 2020, you know, multiple. I know I've been on this app a long time, but there was a big time where people were bringing these binkies to school and they were wearing them all the time. But you know what? It caused a lot of problems. Well, what problems, Ventus? How can a binky ruin your teeth? Well, some people in the comments actually had some theories. We actually had one person say, okay, but like developing an overbite though? And another person said, I'm scared I'll get my pre-braces overbite pack. And you're kind of close, but actually not close. Because you see, putting pressure on a binky over time, especially if you're doing it for long hours at a time and really consistently over the week, will actually put pressure on those teeth. And as you bite down, the pressure will drive those teeth away from each other, actually. So an overbite is technically how deep it is. Some people think it's how far out it is, which, I mean, we can call that an overbite if you want. It's technically called an overjet. But what a binky is going to cause is actually an open bite. And this is what an open bite looks like. And in fact, this is the exact reason why we tell people to wean babies off of their pacifiers before their permanent teeth come in. Because if they keep using it, they will develop that giant overbite, and if it gets locked into a permanent teeth dentition, a lot of problems can happen. Even so much so that some people have to get jaw surgery to fix an open bite. That's how severe it can get. If you really have ADHD and you're trying to figure out something when you study, maybe get a fidget spinner or something, or a little button you can click, or you can click a pin or something else that doesn't necessarily involve, you know, ruining your teeth and jaws.
Guys, if it was socially acceptable, you can't tell me that we wouldn't walk around with binkies in our mouth. Our obsession with like fidget toys and slime and gummies and squishies, that's literally just our adolescent instinct coming out of us. You can't tell me that if it was normal to carry a stuffed animal around all day, that you wouldn't do it. Gum? Be so for real. If it was socially acceptable, I'd be putting a pacifier in my mouth and I'd be chewing on that shit. Like, we all chew straws and we all chew the plastic silverware, but imagine if we could have binkies as a grown individual.
People think I'm obsessed with this, but I'm okay with it. I am obsessed with it. And I think this is an obsession that...
Why I started using wearing pacifiers.
Disclaimer. It's really none of y'all business why I wear them, but since it's such a big to-do to know why I wear them, I guess it'll be nice enough to educate y'all.
They help with my anxiety when I'm in large crowds of people. They help with my oral fixation so that I don't rub my tongue against my teeth so much. And also, they were an old school fashion trend, especially in the rave scene back in the 90s.
Hopefully this answers your questions. Then again, minding your business because I'm grown and do what I want is always an option. Thanks for watching.
So this is an adult pacifier. It has a much bigger nibble than a child's pacifier. You can see the difference. And this one will move your teeth and is bad for your teeth. This one is actually made to sit in the back of the palate.
I'm usually not speechless. I have no words. Listen, I know we're devolving as human beings, but if you're an adult and you need to cope by sucking on a pacifier, I don't even have a witty comeback for this one. I don't. I just had to share with you guys. Someone make sense of this one. Somewhere liberals are like, pacifiers. That'll help my TDS.
You do this every day? Yeah. Why? Because I love it.
I can tell by the facial structure of this adult that she's been using a pacifier as an adult. After the age of about 6 months, babies should wean off their pacifiers in order to ensure proper facial development. When I look at this girl's face, I see a palate that is not properly formed. She doesn't have enough lateral space and enough anterior forward growth. She also has really crowded, crooked teeth. You can tell that what she's doing by using a pacifier is actually creating more havoc to her cranium, which could even be problematic for the rest of her body. One of the main questions that runs through my mind when I see a video like this is the fact that this person actually might have a tongue tie, which makes her need to have something to have oral stimulation in her mouth or something up at the roof of her mouth simply because her tongue cannot get there. This is something that should definitely be looked at by a full assessment from an airway-focused dentist, going into the root cause as to why an adult really feels the need to use a pacifier.
If the whole world was watching, I'd still dance with you. Drive highways and byways to be there with you. If the whole world was watching, I'd still dance with you. Drive highways and byways to be there with you.